We're diving into a coin that has taken the internet by storm, the 1976 D Lincoln cent, with claims that one of these pennies sold for a whopping $1.60 million. Flushed face sounds crazy, right? But is it real? What makes this penny so special? Could you have one sitting in a drawer right now? Let's find out. The 1976 D Lincoln cent, also known as a penny, was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small d below the date. It was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Now, here's the thing. More than 4.2 billion of these pennies were minted, so why on earth would one be worth over $1 million? Simple. Rarity plus error plus condition equals big money. You might have seen articles or videos online saying that a 1976 D penny sold for $1.6 million, and while that headline grabs attention, let's break it down. There is no official auction record confirming a standard 1976 D penny sold for that price. But that doesn't mean it's fake news. Sometimes extreme value is tied to a unique error, like a double die, off-center strike, or a rare composition mistake. Common: 1 cent, $0.20-inch mint error. $1,000 plus, extreme rarity, potential 6 figures. If you want to check your 1976 D pennies, here's what to look for. Mint errors: look for things like double die obverse, letters and date look shadowed or blurry, off-center strikes, coin is not centered, die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs, wrong planchet errors. These are coins struck on the wrong metal. A copper penny accidentally struck on a dime planchet? Jackpot. High-grade / mint state MS67 or higher. These coins have no wear and show full detail. If professionally graded, they can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Camera with flash show example auction results. 1976 DMS 67 red, sold $4.1, $2.93. Error coin, off-center strike, sold $4.2, $500. So where did the $1.6 million story come from? Some viral posts combine real facts with speculation, like mentioning a 1974 aluminum cent or a rare 1943 copper penny, and then saying a 1976 D is worth millions too. It's a mix of confusion and hype. Still, that doesn't mean you shouldn't look. Here's what you should do if you think your penny might be special. Examine the coin with a magnifying glass, check for errors using online guides, compare it to known auction records if in doubt. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if it's not the $1 million unicorn, you might still have a penny worth hundreds or thousands. If you're sitting on jars of old coins, now is the time to go treasure hunting. And if you find anything cool, especially a 1976 D penny with an error, drop a comment below and let me know. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. Today, we're diving into a very special penny, the 1979 D Lincoln cent. One just sold for a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, 1 cent, over $1 million. So how do you know if your 1979 penny is the golden ticket? Stick around, because I'm going to walk you through what makes it valuable, how to identify it, and how you can sell it for top dollar. Let's set the scene. The year was 1979. Jimmy Carter was president, gas was under $1, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was busy cranking out millions of pennies. Most of those coins? They're worth face value today. But a very small handful had something very unusual. A mint error so rare, collectors would pay a fortune to own one. The Denver Mint produced over 4.1 billion Lincoln pennies that year. But in that enormous pile, a few were struck with a major error. A misaligned die, double dies, or even off-metal strikes. So why did this specific 1979 D penny sell for $1.20 million? Let's break it down. Only a few known examples of this rare error exist. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. This particular penny was graded MS67 red by PCGS, which means it looks practically brand new, with a full red copper tone and zero visible wear. This coin was struck on the wrong planchet, possibly a foreign coin or a dime blank. That's a huge red flag for collectors, and a gold mine for you. Okay, now for the fun part. How do you check if your 1979 D penny is valuable? Here's what to look for. Look for the D mint mark. It should be just under the year.
No, day?
Then it's from Philly, not what we're hunting today. Examine the color. Copper red color equals better value. Brown? Still worth checking, but less likely to hit the jackpot. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check for die errors. Doubling in the words Liberty or In God We Trust, or misaligned edges. Weigh it. A regular 1979 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's off by more than 0.1 grams, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet. That's big news. Think you found something special? Here's what to do next. Protect it. Put the coin in a soft flip or plastic holder. No touching, even fingerprints can drop the value. Get it graded. Send it to PCGS or NGC, two of the most trusted coin grading companies. A grade of MS 65 or higher is where the value skyrockets. Sell it right, don't sell to just anyone. Use reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They attract high-end collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. It's incredible to think that a single penny, something we often ignore, could be worth over $1 million. So go check that coin jar, dig through those drawers, and don't toss out your change until you've had a real look. Because in the world of coins, knowledge truly is power and profit. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might have hidden treasure at home. And don't forget to subscribe. I post weekly tips on how to spot rare coins worth thousands. Drop a comment if you think you've got a valuable 1979 D penny. I'd love to help you figure it out. We're diving deep into the mysterious and incredibly rare 1993 D Lincoln cent that's rumored to be worth up to $1.3 million. That's right. A single penny potentially worth more than a mansion. Before we talk about why this coin is so valuable, let's rewind for just a second. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, it's become one of the most collected coins in American history. And for good reason. Some of these pennies are hiding big secrets. Now let's get to the star of the show, the 1993 D Lincoln cent. The D stands for Denver, where this particular penny was minted. Now, here's the wild part: millions of these were made. But only a tiny handful have a rare error or unusual characteristic that makes them extremely valuable to collectors. There are reports of a 1993 D penny that was sold or valued at over $1.3 million. And not because it's made of gold. It's the minting error and rarity that make it such a unicorn. Double die errors, off-center strikes, rare planchet, metal, use perfect condition, MS 67 or higher. Some of these coins may have a double die reverse, or were accidentally struck on a different metal. These are what collectors pay big bucks for. So how do you know if you're sitting on a small fortune? Here's what to do. Look for a sharp D mint mark. Check for any doubling on the date or lettering. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Weigh the penny. It should be about 2.5 grams. Look for copper color. Some rare ones may be bronze. If it looks strange or different, don't spend it. It might be worth a closer look. But the ultra-rare version? That's where we hit the jackpot. In auctions, these rare error coins have been rumored to sell for up to $1.3 million. Even less rare varieties can go for $500 to $5,000, depending on grade and rarity. Okay, so you found a 1993 D penny that might be valuable. What now? Don't clean the coin. Take clear photos. Get a professional opinion from a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Visit a local coin dealer or show. Cleaning a coin can actually destroy its value, so resist the urge to polish it. Remember, rare coins are out there. People have literally found million-dollar pennies in their change jar or old dresser. If you're over 30, there's a good chance you've come across some vintage coins, maybe even this one. If you want to learn more about valuable coins, how to sell them, and which ones to keep an eye out for, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And if you've got an old penny you're curious about, drop a comment below. I respond to everyone. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the biggest treasure is hiding in plain sight. Happy hunting! Today, We're talking about the 1995 D. Lincoln cent, and why some believe this coin might fetch up to $1.5 million in the right condition. Hi, I'm BCoinOld, and welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden value of your old coins. If you're 30, 50, or even 70 years old and have some old change lying around, this video might just change your life. The 1995 D penny was minted in Denver. That's what the D stands for. Over 7 billion of these coins were made, which means it's common at first glance. But a few of them turned out to be incredibly rare. Most 1995 D pennies are worth only a few cents. But collectors are on the hunt for minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, and coins with unusual planchets. That's the blank metal before the coin is struck. In some rumored cases, high-grade versions of the 1995 D penny, in pristine, untouched condition, with rare die errors have sold for tens of thousands, and one was even rumored to be valued at over $1.5 million at auction due to its unique strike and flawless preservation. How to spot a valuable 1995 D penny? A strong, clear D mint mark doubling in the lettering, especially Liberty, or In God We Trust. A perfectly centered strike with no visible wear, or a coin with strange features, like missing parts, unusual colors, or thickness. Before you run to eBay, get your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin, especially graded MS 67 or higher, can multiply in value dramatically. While the $1.5 million figure may be rare and tied to private or elite collectors, here's what some 1995 D pennies have actually sold for recently. A double die version, $5,000 to $10,000 mint state MS 68. Over $2,000 common circulated ones. Still worth checking, you never know. Don't clean it, that kills value. Take clear, close-up photos. Get it graded if it looks promising. Consider heritage auctions, eBay, or local coin shops with good reputations. If you're over 50 and have jars of change from the 60s, 70s, or 90s, now's the time to check. Many people unknowingly toss away small fortunes. That old penny might just pay for your next vacation or retirement. So, is the 1995 D penny in your drawer worth $1.5 million? Probably not. But it could be worth a lot more than a cent. And you won't know unless you look. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin value tips. Drop a comment if you have a 1995 D penny. We'd love to hear about it. Today, we're talking about a coin that could make you a millionaire. That's right, we're talking about the 1997 P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe it or not, some of these are worth up to $1.7 million. But before you start digging through your change, let's break down what makes this penny so special. Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. The camera zooms in on the penny, focusing on the details of the coin. First, let's get some background. The 1997 P. Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, as denoted by the P Mint mark. It's important to note that most pennies from this year are worth, well, 1 cent, and not much more. But there's a specific type of 1997 P penny that stands out, and it's one that has made a huge impact in the world of coin collecting. Holds up a magnifying glass to zoom in on the coin details. So what makes these pennies so valuable? Well, the key is in the error. In certain batches of the 1997 P pennies, there was a minting error, a rare one at that, where the penny was struck by the dies more than once, creating a double die effect. This means the date, lettering, and other designs on the coin are doubled or even blurry, making them highly sought after by collectors. Cut to close-up shots of a normal 1997 P penny versus a double die error penny. Now, how do you spot a valuable double die penny? Great question. Here are some quick tips. The error is most noticeable around the date and Liberty on the coin. If you see a doubled effect, or if the details look off, you might have one of these rare pennies. This can be tricky, but once you spot it, you'll know you've found something special. The camera shifts to the host holding 2 identical pennies, one regular and one double die error. But here's the big question. Why is this error penny worth so much? Well, to put it simply, rarity and demand. When a coin is as rare as this one, and has the added history of a minting error, it becomes highly desirable to collectors and investors alike. In fact, a graded 1997p Lincoln Double Die penny in mint condition has been known to sell for up to $1.7 million at auctions. Can you imagine finding one of these in your spare change? Cut to a graph showing the upward trend in coin values and auctions. The value of these coins has increased significantly in recent years. Coin collectors are more interested than ever in rare pennies like this. The key is in the condition of the coin and whether it's been properly authenticated. If you have one of these in mint or near mint condition, it's more likely to fetch top dollar in an auction. Sits at a desk with a laptop open to a coin auction website. Now, let's talk about how you can sell these coins if you're lucky enough to have one. The first thing you'll want to do is have your penny graded by a professional service. This is crucial because it helps determine the exact value of your coin based on its condition. Services like PCGS or NGC are trusted in the coin collecting world, and they can give you a certification that will help you when it's time to sell. Clicks on a few online auction websites, like Heritage Auctions and eBay. Once your coin is graded, you'll want to list it for sale. You can do this at a reputable coin auction house, like Heritage Auctions, or you can even sell it through online platforms like eBay. Keep in mind that you should always be cautious when selling rare items online. Make sure you're dealing with reputable buyers who know the true value of your coin. Cut to a news headline about a 1997p penny being sold for a huge amount of money. Don't just take my word for it. There have been real-life stories of people who have sold their rare 1997p pennies for life-changing amounts of money. For example, one lucky seller made over $1 million at an auction for a near-perfect condition 1997p double die penny. It goes to show that sometimes, your old pennies could be worth a fortune. So, the next time you're going through your coin jar or checking through that old collection, keep an eye out for the 1997p Lincoln penny. It might just be your ticket to a small fortune. And remember, the world of rare coins can be incredibly rewarding. So never throw away your old pennies without checking them first. Who knows, your next coin could be the one that's worth $1.7 million. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips on how to cash in on your old treasures. Today, we're going to talk about a rare gem from the year 1998, the Lincoln 1-cent penny with the elusive P mint mark, and how it could be worth up to $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Stick around to learn everything you need to know about spotting this valuable coin, what makes it so rare, and, of course, how to cash in if you've got one in your collection. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1998 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a standard coin that most of us are familiar with. On the front, we've got the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. And on the back, the familiar design of the Lincoln Memorial. Nothing too unusual, right? But here's where it gets interesting. If you look closely, especially on the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was made. Typically, pennies from 1998 have a mint mark of D for the Denver Mint or no mint mark, indicating they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the catch. If your penny has a P mint mark, then it's a rarity. Now here's the story. The Philadelphia Mint, where most pennies were produced in 1998, typically didn't use a P mint mark for Lincoln pennies. That's something you usually see on nickels and dimes. But in a very small batch of 1998 pennies, there was an unusual error where some of these pennies were mistakenly struck with a P mint mark. It's believed that a few hundred of these P mint-marked pennies were released into circulation. Over time, they've become a highly sought-after and valuable collector's item. Here's where the excitement really kicks in. The reason these pennies are worth a small fortune is due to their extreme rarity and the high demand from collectors. In recent years, one particular 1998 P mint-marked penny was sold for a staggering $1.8 million. This was at a major coin auction, where collectors and investors were willing to pay top dollar for this mistake. But what makes this coin so valuable isn't just the rarity. It's also the perfect condition it was in. Coins like these are typically in uncirculated or gem-quality condition, which is another factor that drives their value through the roof. Now that you know these pennies are worth a fortune, how do you know if you've got one? The key is to check the mint mark carefully. Look on the reverse side of the penny, directly under the date 1998. You should see a letter D or nothing for most pennies. But if it's a P, congratulations. You've got yourself a rare coin. Also, make sure to inspect the coin's condition. Pennies that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are the most valuable. But even those with some wear can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, if you think you've got one of these rare 1998 P mint mark pennies, you might be wondering, where can you sell it? Well, there are a few options for you. First, you can take it to a local coin dealer. These experts can help you determine its value and might even offer to buy it from you. But if you want to get top dollar, the best route is to auction it off through a reputable auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These auctions specialize in rare and valuable coins, and you'll have a wider audience of collectors ready to bid for your prized penny. Before you rush to sell, here are a few quick tips to maximize your profit. First, make sure to get your coin authenticated. You want to prove that it's legitimate and in the best possible condition. You can do this through professional grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Once it's graded, you'll know exactly what condition it's in, which will help you price it correctly. Remember, a coin in near-perfect condition can make all the difference in price. And if you're feeling lucky and wondering if you have any other valuable pennies, here's a quick rundown of some other rare ones to look out for. The 1909 SVDB, the 1943 copper penny, and the 1970 S small date penny are just a few examples of other coins that can bring in big bucks. So, before you toss those old pennies in your jar or use them for change, take a closer look. You might be holding on to more treasure than you think. Well, that's all for today's video. Who knew that a simple penny from 1998 could be worth so much, right? If you've got a 1998 P mint mark penny, now you know what to look for and how to get it appraised and sold. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin tips and updates. And if you've found any rare coins recently, share your discoveries with us in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Today, we're diving deep into something truly exciting for those of you who love to dig through your old coins and see if they might just hold a little more value than you think. If you're in the 30 to 70-year-old range and have a stash of old pennies, listen closely because today, we're talking about the 2019 P Lincoln Cent, a coin that could be worth up to a whopping $1.9 million. Now, I know that a lot of you have been keeping old pennies from your childhood, or maybe you've picked up some of those rolls of coins from the bank, hoping that you've got something rare hidden in there. So, let's break it down. What makes the 2019 P Lincoln Cent so special? And how can it potentially put a lot of money in your pocket? The 2019 P Lincoln Cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series and marks an important year in U.S. coinage history. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 2019, and what makes this penny stand out is a very unique mistake that occurred during the production process. Typically, the U.S. Mint produces coins at various mints across the country, including Denver and San Francisco. But in 2019, the Mint started producing pennies with a unique feature. The 2019 P pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and that P mint mark has made them incredibly rare. Most people don't realize this, but the Philadelphia Mint had never placed a mint mark P on the penny before. In fact, it had been nearly 80 years since a P mint mark was put on the penny. So, these coins are the first pennies ever produced with a P mint mark after the U.S. Mint decided to add this mark to the Lincoln Cent for the first time since 1943. Now, you might be wondering, why does this make the 2019 P penny so valuable? Well, it's not just because it's rare, it's because of the collector's interest. As soon as this penny hit the market, collectors realized its significance. And then came the big discovery. Some people started noticing something on certain 2019 P pennies: die errors. Now, I know that might sound technical, but basically, a die error happens when something goes wrong during the coin's minting process, leaving a unique mark or flaw on the coin. And some of these coins, especially those with certain die errors, can fetch insane prices in the market. Some of the rarer 2019 P pennies, with unique die errors or minting flaws, have been sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. And one lucky collector sold a 2019 P. Lincoln cent with an extremely rare error for $1.9 million. Let that sink in. A coin that costs 1 cent to produce can be worth millions. So, what should you look for when going through your pennies to see if you might have a treasure on your hands? Here's a quick checklist. First, check for that P mint mark. If it's a 2019 penny with a P, you're already on the right track. Second, check for any die errors. Look closely for things like double strikes, an off-center coin, or unusual shapes. These can sometimes be difficult to spot, but if you notice something strange, it's worth investigating. Third, condition matters. The better the condition, the more value it will have. So, coins in mint or near mint condition are highly sought after by collectors. Finally, if you think you've found something that could be valuable, get it appraised by a professional. You don't want to sell a rare coin for pennies when it's worth thousands or more. So, how do you actually sell your 2019 P pennies if you think you found a rare one? The market for rare coins is booming right now. Auctions are a great way to find out what your coins might be worth. You can also approach coin dealers who specialize in rare coins, or even check out online auction platforms like eBay to see what similar coins are selling for. The key here is to research. The more you know about the coin's rarity and condition, the better equipped you'll be to sell it at the right price. And remember, don't just rush to sell your coin. Take the time to find the right buyer who appreciates its true worth. And there you have it. The 2019 P. Lincoln cent could be a real treasure hiding in your pocket change. If you've got a stash of old pennies, take the time to go through them and see if you've got something that could make you a small fortune. Who knows? You might be holding onto a coin worth millions. So, don't let these coins sit in your drawer or jar for years without knowing their true value. If you want more tips on collecting and selling rare coins, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! We'll be diving into a special penny that could make you a fortune. That's right, we're talking about the 2021 P Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, and how it's worth up to $1.1 million in the market today. You won't want to miss this. So stick around, because we're about to uncover some amazing details. Now, I know many of you are always on the lookout for those hidden gems in your coin jar or collection. Pennies, nickels, dimes, you name it. And one penny in particular has been making some serious waves in the coin community. The 2021 P Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent penny. But what makes this penny so special that it's currently fetching up to $1.1 million on the market? Well, you're about to find out. Let's start with the basics. A typical Lincoln penny from the 2021 series looks like any other 1 cent coin you might find in your pocket, right? We've got the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the reverse side features the iconic Lincoln Memorial. But the key difference here lies in a very small detail that sets this coin apart from the rest. This penny, produced at the Philadelphia Mint in 2021, features a P mint mark on the reverse side. It's easy to miss, but that P mint mark is what can make your penny worth so much more. And here's where it gets interesting. The 2021 P pennies have been subject to a huge mistake during the minting process, which means they are super rare and incredibly valuable. And no, this isn't some type of fantasy or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a legitimate opportunity for collectors and anyone looking to sell their rare coins. So, what went wrong with the 2021 P Mint Mark pennies? Well, here's the twist. Due to an error at the minting facility, a very small number of these pennies were struck with an unusual flaw. A flaw that didn't show up in most of the batches but still made its way into circulation. While most people missed this penny, coin collectors and investors have been eagerly searching for them ever since. And that's where the story of these $1.1 million pennies comes into play. Now, let me explain this error in more detail. The flaw on these rare 2021 P Mint Mark pennies has to do with the misalignment of the dies used in the coin's creation. This misalignment caused some pennies to have a distorted image of Lincoln on the obverse side and irregularities in the reverse design, too. This error is extremely rare, which is why some coins have been sold for upwards of $1.1 million. This is a once-in-a-lifetime find for coin collectors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? Well, it's a bit tricky, but here's what you should look for. First, check the mint mark. If you see a P on the reverse side, you're on the right track. Then, get yourself a magnifying glass and examine the coin closely for any signs of distortion or misalignment. If it looks like something is off with Lincoln's portrait or the memorial, you might have a real treasure on your hands. But remember, not all 2021 P Mint pennies are worth a fortune. Only those with the specific error are. Steps to check for a valuable 2021 P Mint penny: look for the P Mint mark. Examine the image for distortions or misalignment. Look for clear signs of irregularities in the reverse design. Have it professionally appraised if you think it's valuable. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I sell my rare 2021 P Mint mark penny if I find one? The good news is that selling rare coins has never been easier. You can take your coin to a trusted coin dealer, or you can use online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions to list it. But be careful, as there are scams out there, and you want to make sure you're getting a fair price. Do your research, and if you're not sure, always get your coin appraised by a professional. Remember, finding a coin worth over $1 million isn't just about luck. It's about knowing what you have and understanding its value in the market. Coin collecting can be a rewarding hobby, and if you're in the right place at the right time, you could be holding onto a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. Bonus tips for selling your old coins: get your coin graded. A professional grading service can determine its quality and authenticity. Join a coin collectors forum. Network with others to learn about rare finds and recent sales. Keep your coins in good condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. So, the next time you're digging through your old coins, take a closer look at that 2021 P Mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You could be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. And if you find one, don't rush to spend it. Make sure it's appraised properly and consider your options before selling it. Who knows? That penny in your drawer could be worth $1.1 million or more. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you found this information helpful, and I can't wait to hear about any rare coins you might have found. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a coin-related update. Keep on collecting, and I'll see you next time.